Today I have a 9.5 video for you. Believe it or not, finally have some content on the 9.5. So about a month ago, my dad got a Maptun Stage 1 tune on his 9.5 Aero. So here's the car. 2004 Saab 9.5 Aero. So of course it's got the awesome, I think it's called like the shark tooth front bumper, super desirable, looks amazing. So he got the Stage 1 tune on it about a month ago, and today I figured I'd take it for a short drive and kind of tell you guys, you know, how it feels and the difference it makes. And because, you know, the car is completely stock. This car is unmodified besides this Stage 1 tune, and that's kind of the beauty of getting a Stage 1 tune, whether it be from Maptun or any other Saab tuner out there, is that most Stage 1 tunes don't require you to actually modify the car at all. So I figure I'll jump in the car here because one, it's in the garage, you can't get a good view of it, and two, it's completely filthy because we got a monsoon a couple nights ago. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump in the car here. I will never get tired of these seats. They are amazing. So with this being the Aero model, it's kind of the higher, you know, it's the sportier model, it's the higher horsepower, higher torque model. So it makes from factory about 250 horsepower, and I want to say 258 foot-pounds of torque. So the Stage 1 tune, if you have an Aero, I mean, let's be honest, it's going to do less for you than a Stage 1 tune would if you had the Arc, which has the same motor, same everything, it just makes less power. So getting a Stage 1 on an Aero, like I said, is not going to make as big of a difference, but it's still going to make a pretty significant difference because, well, you're not going to get a huge horsepower increase. I believe it's a 15 horsepower increase, which realistically isn't a huge difference. The big difference comes with the torque. You're up to 420 Newton meters of torque with the Maptun Stage 1, which is around 300 foot-pounds. So that's about a 40 foot-pound increase from factory. So I'm gonna drive around here for a little bit, let the engine get up to temperature. And you know, I've only driven this car once, because you know, I don't really drive. I've only driven it once since it's gotten the tune, and it definitely picks up a lot quicker. That's another thing about a tune, is it's really going to make the car a bit, you know, it's gonna liven it up a bit, and instead of, you know, you having to really get on the throttle to get any sort of response out of it, it's going to, you know, increase your throttle response a bit too. So I guess the point of me making this video is, one, to just kind of do a short driving review of the 9.5 Aero and give you guys my feedback on how it drives compared to how it used to drive. You know, it was never, I don't want to say it was a slow car or it was a fast car, because slow and fast are all relative, but you know, before it was a quick car. You know, being the Aero, having 250 horsepower, that's not bad. It was a decently quick car before, but it definitely feels quicker now. So I'm gonna let the car warm up a little bit, and then I'll catch back up with you guys, and I'll get on it a little bit, a couple times, show you guys, you know, what it's like. It definitely does feel quicker. And at the end of this video, hopefully, if you're looking at getting a Stage 1 tune, whether it be for your 9.5 Aero or for your sports sedan or whatever, you know, hopefully this can help convince you one way or the other. As I'm waiting for the car to get up to temperature here, one thing I want to mention, and a question I get asked a lot about tuning, is, well, what tuning brand should I go with? Of course, there's many tuning brands out there. I'm not going to get into that in this video, but one thing I do want to talk about is what stage you should go with. So if you're someone like my dad who doesn't really want to physically modify the car, all right, and you know, after he got the tune, of course, he's like, oh, well, what kind of, you know, like, what could I get an intercooler for? All this stuff, because you know, of course, that, you know, he wants to make it even faster now. But if you're someone who doesn't want to modify your car, you're someone who just wants it to be a little bit quicker, then just go with a Stage 1. But if you're someone who actually wants to do physical modifications, like if you want to put an exhaust in your car, or you want to get an intercooler, intake, all these things, then I would recommend waiting on a tune, because while most tuners will offer a discount if you come back and get like a higher stage later, why waste the $400 on a Stage 1 when in another 6 months you're gonna get a Stage 3? So I just tell people, do all the physical mods first, save yourself that couple $100, and then in the end, you know, you can just get the Stage 3 and it'll be like flipping the switch night and day. This car also has basically brand new Michelin Pilot Sport 3S, I believe it's 3S tires on it, so really, really good tires. So I'm not expecting to break any sort of traction here or doing anything crazy. Plus it's, you know, still summer in Arizona. It's fairly early in the morning, but we're still looking at like 90, 95 degrees here. So one little fun feature I like about the 9.5s and the OG 9.3s, I believe have it too, is the automatic transmissions have a little sport mode. So we're gonna put that on. All I'm pretty sure it does is make the transmission response a little bit more aggressive. Of course, you gotta pop that off as well. So let's see what she'll do here. That put me back in my seat more than I remembered, and I think it was really struggling for traction there. The car I think it might have been struggling for traction there at the top of the power band. I got off of it at the end of the first gear because I could tell it was flipping out there a little bit. So we'll drop it down in the manual mode, and we'll do like a little third gear. We're not going to max out third gear because, you know, speed limit obviously isn't 90 miles an hour through here. All right, little straight open stretch here. I mean, it definitely has a lot of pull to it. I can tell it's already, you know, at the point where it's starting to get heat soaked. By the way, unique paddle shifter idea to put them back here. I'm not sure if I actually think I like this better than the sport sedans, which have them like up here where my thumb is right now. It's kind of like more intuitive because your hand's like already down like right here. So there's a couple pulls. I'm not gonna do any more. It's not my car. And you know, if my dad gets in it and he's like, why the hell is it doing this? Why is it acting up? You know, not that the tune is unsafe for the car, because it's not at all, but I'm not the type of person to beat on someone else's car. I mean, I barely beat on my own cars. I hope that provided some sort of insight on like a stage one tune. You know, I think it's a good investment if you're someone who just wants a little bit more out of your car, but you don't want to actually modify it like with an exhaust or other, you know, physical modifications. I think a stage one is a great investment, even more so if you don't have the Aero and you've just got the Arc. I mean, because you'll really feel a difference then. If you can feel the difference with the Aero, you will definitely feel it with an Arc or a lower power output car. Of course, with the linear, you'd have to swap out the turbo and all that good stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this drive home. If you guys enjoyed this video and want to see more 9.5 content, give me some ideas for videos down below so I can have excuses to film with this car, because I really like it. Just not being my car, I don't really have many opportunities to film with it. That's it for today. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I'll see you all next time.
Check your body.